Hello guys, and today we are looking at different games for anyone that loves fantasy or whatever. So anyway, first we have Hungry Dragon. You play as a dragon, as the name implies, and you get to go to different places as a dragon and destroy a ton of goblins and people and pretty much cities, but you don't really destroy the buildings. You get to choose from all kinds of different skins. The first one you do is a small green one. You can even go to space, which is a weird thing for a dragon game, but you can do that. Sometimes you could be an ice dragon and freeze everything. I hope that if you want to play this that you will enjoy it. Alright, next game. Next is Dragon Sim. You get to play as a dragon and basically do anything you want. You can even go on multiplayer mode and play with all different people. You can even go to the castle. You can choose from all kinds of skins like Hungry Dragon. At the start of the game, you pick your element, gender, and name. Also, the skin that is on the screen right now is the skin that you start out with. You can explore a very wide world. You can stop flying if you want. You can fight bosses like Lord Troll, Grim Reaper, Immortal Dragon, and T-Rex. The most expensive skin is this one. It's very feathery and it's blue. You can also choose what size you want certain body parts you want to be. Like you could make the head abnormally large. You could make the tail very long. Well, not for super long. You can just choose how big you want different body parts and limbs of your dragon. Next is Dragon City. You are on this island and you get to get these different types of dragons and breed them to create even other types of dragons. You could even make the dragons fight other players and dragons. That's pretty much all there is to this game. This game is pretty boring. Next is War Dragons. You and your dragon Draco just arrived to this place. I don't remember all of the game, but basically, you get to have this dragon, and you get to use it to wreak havoc on other players' places. And that you can train different types of dragons. Next is Wolf Tales. It might just look like a regular wolf game that's also multiplayer. You can also have dragons to play as, and I guess that makes it pretty fantasy or something. You can unlock all these different animals. You can hunt animals, and you can also raise pups. You take them on small adventures out the den and defeat random deer and foxes to level them up into an adult. And that's pretty much it. You can have fantasy wolves. You can have pets also. Hey guys, you're going to hear a lot of background noise because there's a ton of workers just doing a lot of work in the yard. So you're going to hear a lot of sounds. Anyway, to the next game. It's Apple Knight. You play as this character on a quest by also there's this guy named Geraldine. Don't worry about him too much. In the final boss is this big wizard and a dragon. You go on an adventure. You can choose to be a boy or a girl. Each level, there are different places. On the way, you even fight epic bosses. Like this one. And this one. Next is Apple Knight 2. It's basically the same thing. You're on a fantasy adventure, But also in this one you get to have pets, like this robin next to the main character here. You also go through different levels and adventures, and you slowly get stronger equipment along the way, just like in the first one. So this is basically just the first one, just a lot better. This is like the second boss you fight. If you watch an ad, a red version of Geldred will help you battle. You can throw apples and fireballs. One of the many pets you can have is a mini dragon. Next is Phoenix Sim. You get to play as a mighty phoenix. You get to have a whole family of phoenix. You get to go through portals that can take you to your home. You also fight bosses in this, like this skeleton overlord or whatever. I forget his name. You can even go to the fireplace and fight demons. And you can even fight the Demon King, which is basically just Satan. And that's all that's in that game. I mean, there is some more stuff, but I'm going to let that for you to discover yourself. The next game is Zelda Breath of the Wild. Zelda Breath of the Wild is a fantasy adventure game. Zelda Breath of the Wild, you can have different weapons such as swords, shields, and bows. You can use these weapons to fight monsters or animals if you really want to. These orange bokoblins are super easy to kill. Black ones are super hard. Silver ones are basically just bosses. And the blue ones, if I haven't mentioned the blue ones already, they're pretty weak. They're like super weak. They're basically just the orange ones, but with a different color scheme. On your adventure to save Princess Zelda, you get to do a ton of stuff, like go to different villages and ride animals, like horses and deer, and this. Your main mission is to defeat Ganon. Ganon is basically this pig monster, and this is his final form.